Hello, and thank you for being here to support life. When I woke up this morning, I thought, what a beautiful day for a march. I did not think, what a great day for me to stand and substitute for Senator Cornyn. But when Dr. Poyman texts you and says, hey, we need help celebrating life, I show up. So thank you for allowing me to do this. And let me tell you, even on this dreary, overcast day, you all are radiating. This is what joy really looks like. This is what compassion really looks like. This is what determination and love really looks like. And this is what speaking up for those who cannot speak for themselves look like. Thank you for being here. I stand before you today as someone who believes deeply in the sanctity of life. But if I am being honest and unafraid, can I be honest and unafraid with you all today? I have to acknowledge and accept that this wasn't always the case for me. There was a time in my life that I believed the false rhetoric that is constantly prevalent in a society that values convenience over truth. I heard and then was guilty of repeating the line of, while I would never personally have an abortion, it wasn't for me to decide for someone else. It didn't immediately impact my life, and I did not spend the time that I should have reflecting on the meaning of my words. But then I started listening. I started learning. I started asking questions. Questions that were answered by people like you, by events like this, by organizations and advocacy of the Texas Alliance for Life, and so many others who are here today. Your message reached me. I was lost and did not see the truth and the protection and the value of every human life. And thank God I can stand in front of you today and tell me that you saved me, that God saved me. Thank you for that. I don't know, many of you don't know me or are meeting me for the first time, but you saved me, and I will be eternally grateful. Thank y'all for your grace. I knew my heart had softened and began to change, and then I experienced one of those life-changing days right here inside this building, our Texas State Capitol, on June 25th, 2013. Do you all remember that day? I was a young Capitol staffer working for State Representative Jason Isaac at the time. And former Senator Wendy Davis began to filibuster a bill. I was, how old was I? Maybe early 20s. God was still clearly forming my heart on this matter and needed me to see up front and personally what this was all about. I saw a woman stand up on the Senate floor fighting for the ability to kill a child. Not after 6 weeks, not after 12 weeks, not after 16 weeks, not after the first trimester, but a shocking 20 weeks into pregnancy. I saw with my own eyes the vitriol, the hate, the violence, and it became so very clear to me on that day. This was not about 20 weeks versus 21 weeks. It wasn't about pink tennis shoes and headlines. It wasn't about social media clicks. This was about something much bigger. It was about right and wrong. It was about life and death. And I knew when I looked at that angry mob that I was not on the side of death. And then, as God would have it, I would be elected to the Austin City Council as the youngest woman ever elected in Austin, and for several years, the only pro-life member on this very liberal council. And with my newfound advocacy for love and for life, I worked alongside organizations like the Texas Alliance for Life and Texas Values to make sure that we put a stop to using taxpayer dollars to subsidize a Planned Parenthood lease. I made sure that women were told the truth and that the Austin City Council would not be allowed to subvert the pro-life laws of the great state of Texas. And my purpose became even more clear because now I get to stand in front of you today as a state legislator, a pro-life state legislator, a dedicated, determined, unwavering pro-life state legislator. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So friends, this is a day of celebration. While we mourn the lives that were lost over the decades under Roe versus Wade, what an incredible blessing that my colleagues, Representative Hillary Hicklin and Denise Villalobos, get to stand up with you today and say that we are a part of the pro-life generation. The thing that we prayed for so ardently and for so long, God has delivered it, and how blessed are we that we got to be here to witness it and be a part of that change. And we are just getting started. We are not just celebrating the progress that we've made here in Texas to protect mothers and babies. We have set the stage for the Texas legislature to continue taking bold, historic, needed action to defend life. In 2021, I got to be a witness to the passage of Representative Capriglione saying that once Roe versus Wade was overturned, Texas would immediately be moved to protect all unborn babies in our state, a historic step that I did not know I was going to live to see, where life is honored from conception to natural death. And we're not stopping there, are we? Not just have we been a leader for babies, but we're a leader for mothers. We're a leader for fathers. We're about offering real, tangible support to families who need it. We've seen a state that prioritizes caring for women, caring for families, offering alternatives to abortion, creating a network of resources for women facing unplanned pregnancies. From counseling services to financial assistance to housing and adoption options, we are ensuring that no woman feels that she has to choose between her future and the life of her child. We have said once and for all that no woman should have to walk this road alone. And because you are here today, you are a big part of that effort. You are a part of the learning, that the question answering. You are a part of someone in this crowd who stepped outside of this building to see what this was all about and just heard my story about how my heart changed on this issue, and hopefully will go home and look up Texas Alliance for Life and what we are doing to save babies. So, for all the mothers, for all the fathers, and for a society that is still learning what it means to truly value every life, thank you. Thank you for being a part of a future where every life of every child is cherished and every mother feels empowered to choose life. God bless you all, and God bless the great state of Texas.